Let's just use one example that I know you were vocal about in the documentary, the adoption of robotic surgery. Can you give us your thoughts on that?
Sure. Robotic surgery is the ultimate tour de force in medical technology. I mean, these gadgets are amazing, right? These robots can operate around corners and they have incredible precision. The question is, does it translate into better patient outcomes? And the answer is that for some operations, yes. For some operations, it makes no difference. It's just more expensive. And for other operations, it risks that don't otherwise need to be introduced. Take, for example, hysterectomy, one of the most common operations in America. Some can be best done with a robot. Some are best done with straight laparoscopy, and other tumors or fibroids are better removed with open surgery. So what we want to warn patients about is the one hammer approach. That is, you've seen this, doctors doing the one thing that they do, they apply to every single patient that walks into the door. And that's why we encourage patients to get a second opinion and ask about treatment alternatives.
You know, we took that oath. We have to do the right thing. We have to offer what we feel is best to the patient and what we are 100% comfortable doing as far as subjecting that patient to a given procedure.
No, I agree, but I also think it'd be interesting to circle back to the point about the approval process for these medical devices in the first place. And I know that's something that you've been a very vocal advocate of. One is not introducing this technology or making it mainstream until it's really been proven to have a superiority. And I think that the FDA, I believe in 1976, was tasked with medical device oversight. I believe when you introduce a medical device, one sort of way to get it to market quicker is that you basically have to just show it's equivalent to something on the market. I believe that's sort of a 510K clearance. And then you don't really have to in any great way prove safety or efficacy before it goes to market. And some might even say that's a loophole, correct?
Yeah, the general consensus is that these products are going to market without really good safety and efficacy monitoring, at least the same standards that we hold to medications. And, you know, I would agree. There's a lot of stakeholders in medicine, and there's a lot of people making a lot of money for reasons good and not so good. But one of the stakeholders that has the weakest voice in the process is actually the patient. And as doctors, we try to be advocates for the patient. So when you look at the process by which something gets approved, it really is just a quick clearance. It is safe to put in somebody. But what the real question is does it work? Is it better? What are the complication rates? And once something is approved, it generally goes unmonitored. 99% of what we do is untracked. No one is following up to see whether or not there was a problem.
The one thing that everyone needs to realize, doctors spend most of their time trying to provide good patient care and perfecting the art and the science of medicine. And oftentimes there's an assumption that if a device comes to market, that it is safe.
Yes.
And that is an assumption that maybe we don't want to always make. We're going to talk a little more about that on the other side of the break.